Hey guys, and welcome to Shirlaws Bike Reviews. My name's Lenny, and before we go on, I'd just like to say I'm not a professional journalist or a pro bike rider. Shirlaws have kindly asked me to take their bikes out for a spin and let you guys know what they're like to ride from a punter's point of view. So for this weekend, I've got the Triumph Trident 660 to have a play with. Stick around and I'll let you know what I think of it. So first thing I wanted to do with this bike was to take it around Aberdeen and get some pictures of it. It's a bike I've been looking forward to riding since it first appeared on various YouTube channels and concept views. Personally, I like the looks of the bike, so I wanted to show it off in some of Aberdeen's more artistic areas. Riding the Trident around the city was really easy, and absolutely where this bike shines. It's really light to handle with a great turning circle, meaning you can flick through the traffic with ease. There's a fairly low seat height at 805mm, but as the seat is also narrow at the tank, it means getting your feet down, even for a vertically challenged loon like myself, was no problem at all. For a new rider or even an experienced rider using this bike as a regular commuter, the confidence it gives you around town is excellent. One slight negative I did find was that on these cobbled streets, the suspension is quite firm, making sure you feel these bumps and potholes, but as you'll find out later on in this review, it's that firmness that gives the bike its sporty and agile side. Motorway riding is as you'd expect from a naked bike, and this is no different in that you will feel wind blast, but it's not turbulent, it's clean air, and the bike will sit comfortably at 70. The new dash on the Trident is really good quality for a bike at this price. It's a full coloured TFT display with enough gadgets on there to play around with and set up. That said, I pretty much left everything as standard and just had a play around to see what features there were. I didn't get a chance to hook up my phone to the Bluetooth module on this bike, but from what I see on the dash it'd be simple enough to set up. Bluetooth is an optional extra modular fit connectivity system. It enables turn-by-turn navigation, GoPro control, plus phone and music interaction via the switchgear. The buttons to operate everything are nicely spaced out and easy to use with gloves, so no issues at all with the controls. The rider modes are road and rain, with rain mode dulling down the throttle response slightly. Needless to say, I kept it in road mode and relied on my right hand to provide all the fun. Two up on the Trident is possible, although I didn't take a pilly and my biker neighbours were keen to have a seat and check out how cosy it was. To be fair, they had no complaints and said it was more comfortable than they thought it would be from looking at the bike. Rear brakes on the Trident are Nissan single piston sliding caliper, single 255 discs, the front Nissan 2-piston sliding calipers, twin 310 discs, all ABS, and on the ride I found them to be sufficient for the weight and power of the bike. It's full LED lighting in the Trident in this 7-inch unit. I didn't take the bike out in the dark, but watching back some of the footage from over the weekend, you certainly see the bike coming. I do like the Triumph branding in the light unit. Another feature is the self-cancelling LED indicators. There's 3 modes for them, basic, advanced and manual. I tried them on advanced but couldn't work out when they would actually self-cancel, so opted for manual mode. The gearbox is pretty smooth, but for that extra sporty feel I think I'd fit the optional quick shifter if I were parting with my cash. As I mentioned earlier, the suspension is a tad firm on the Trident. The rear unit is a Showa monoshock with preload adjustment only. While it's firm, it's not annoyingly so. In fact, it's probably this firmness that gives the bike its agility and sporty feel. The engine is a liquid-cooled 660 triple delivering 80 brake at just over 10,000 revs and 64 Nm of torque at just over 6,000 revs. It's a brilliant balance of smooth power delivery right across the rev range. Out on the twisty roads around Aberdeenshire is where I had most of my fun on the Trident. This bike is super light to handle and just inspires confidence in your riding. It makes cornering light work while still remaining planted at speed on the straight bits. Power when you need it isn't a problem with the Trident. With the torque being right where you want it, simply rolling on the throttle in 5th and 6th still makes overtaking swift and worry-free. The triple engine for me has always been a perfect balance of torque and high revving horses. With this mid-range power unit, it's possible to have loads of fun, feeling like you're pushing the bike further without actually getting yourself or your licence in trouble. So I have to say I've been very surprised with the Triumph Trident 660. I had seen a good few review videos on YouTube, all very positive and singing its praises. One of the reasons I was actually looking forward to riding it so much. My thoughts before getting on the bike were that it was going to be a bike for new riders only and that it would lack excitement. I couldn't be further from that. This bike is fun to ride and enough power and agility to keep even seasoned riders happy. I've been riding on the road since 2014 and owned a few bikes since then, playing catch up. My current stable includes a Thruxton 900, a 1250 GS and an S1000R. If I had the space in the garage, I would seriously consider adding a Trident into the mix and maybe personalising it with some bar end mirrors and maybe even a street racer style cowl to make it my own. The target market for the Trident, according to Triumph, is new riders, commuters, the younger market, or riders getting back into biking that perhaps have a car as well. I think another category of owner should be in that mix. Someone that perhaps has a big adventure bike, a custom or sports bike that only really comes out on special occasions. The Trident would make a cracking second bike in these situations as a fun machine that you can use as a daily rider, but still crack it open on weekends on the twisty roads. The price point for the Trident is a starting price of $7,195, and for that kind of money, that's a lot of bike. Other reviewers have matched it against the SV650, the MT07 or the CBR600. I've never ridden any of them, so I can't compare it, but it would be an interesting video to see them all competing for your hard-earned cash. Having ridden this one for a weekend, the negatives are very few and nitpicking at that. Well, I only niggle being that firm ride, I guess, but would it be a deal breaker? Not a chance. So if the Trident is something you've maybe considered but you've not had the urge to pull the trigger on, I'd encourage you to take one out for a test ride. Take it around town, take it out to the countryside and just have some fun with it. I'd like to say a big thanks to the guys at Shirlaws Motorcycles in Aberdeen for letting me take the Trident out for the weekend. It's opened my eyes to that middleweight class that I hadn't considered before now. If you'd like to take a test ride for yourself, then give the team a shout on Aberdeen 01224 584 855. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to assist. I hope you've enjoyed this wee ride review. I'm hoping to do some more in the near future, so please hit the like button and subscribe for more future content. Smash that notifications bell too so that you don't miss another video. Anyway, thanks for watching, ride safe, and see you on the next video.